Yeah.
Neel joined my program and today is certified PMP with all the doubts, everything. And even today, when he gave exam online, he was thinking he's not gonna clear. Neel, walk me through your process. What happened? What are the things? Let's get this thing done. Share me your journey.
Sir, actually, when I started, I like the mind maps and everything that we created was really helpful.
Mhm.
And then I started giving the different, mocks and all the other Google forms that you tell us to do in the process. So
Mhm.
one thing that I've realized is that like slowly and steadily, obviously, uh, you know, my performance had increased, decreased, stayed in middle. But the best thing is, sir, I till today, like I got the result 1 hour before. Until then, I didn't know like how did I do well. But like you said, like it's always the process of developing the mindset. And so I think the process is really nice that has facilitated me to, kind of clearing the PMP.
Okay. You gave exam online. Okay. Walk me through the online process, how the online process was, what was the things you did, etc., etc. Right? So walk me through the entire process, how you worked into that, etc. Like what the entire process, step
Yeah.
one, step two, step three, and the entire thing. Okay.
So, sir, for online, I think the number of dates, depending upon the location, are more available than the offline slots. And when I booked online slot, I was, given a Pearson account where I had to log into the Pearson account and then test my system, test my network, test my webcam, and everything. So it's a very simple process and it's a very step-by-step process, so anyone can actually take usage of that process. And then one thing to remind is if the internet is steady, because during the process if the internet is not steady, sometimes the screen freezes. But I mean, rather it's like a very convenient process for me. It has not been a problem.
Okay. Okay. How did you manage the time? How did you manage time and things of those nature?
And sir, for that reason, you have always told me during mocks because if you remember, I used to finish too early during the mocks, and I always had like 40-45 minutes left. But I think the main thing that I did today was to understand the process that you have told me for the first 60 to 80 questions, how to, utilize the time, because those are the, Muhammad Ali questions, like you say. So I think I utilize the time in that sense that later I'll have much easier time for those questions. But let me go through the tough questions very deeply. So I think that really helped. And I think I ended the question 4 minutes, just 4 minutes were remaining. I ended the paper. So I think it was good.
Okay, okay. Let's work further on into it. How, like when you gave exam, you were 100% confident that you will fail. Like, let's call a spade a spade. That was true, right?
Yeah.
What happened
Yeah.
in the exam?
Sir, actually, I think, I have always been, induced in a very technical mindset, in the sense that formulas and, you put the formulas and the answer is correct. It was a very different experience. The whole PMP experience, actually, I got to learn a lot of things. And the main thing is if you trust the process, I think if you create that mindset, at the end, you will see the results very automatically.
Hmm.
So I think I didn't. I mean, it's not that I didn't touch the process. I think I was unsure till the time like how are the things working at the back. And today the paper I felt was really tough for me. But when I had this call and when I saw and all the components had above target, I realized that it's more nothing to learn, nothing to memorize, just to create that mindset to
Hmm.
be
Oh,
agile.
okay, that's an important thing to look into that. Okay, so let's walk through the exam. How was the exam? What was the length of the question? What, was it near to random mocks or which mocks were more important for you?
I think, sir, in that sense, the random mocks are really important.
Hmm.
Now, I would say the exam was kind of much more nearer to the random mocks than the overall mocks. But then there were few questions that had the essence of overall mocks too.
Hmm.
So I think it was a mix of the random and overall. But if you are really, I mean, very efficient in the random mocks, I
Hmm.
think the overall also won't be a problem.
Will
So
also won't be a problem. Okay. Okay, let's walk through that further. How many drag and drops?
I think there were at least 6 to 7 drag and drops in my paper.
Six to
6 to 7.
6 to 7 drag and were they difficult or easy?
I think five of them was easy. Sixth and seventh one was a bit tricky, and it was on the people part, on the agile processes. So, I mean, you still can figure it out. You give it some time, you can still figure it out on how to, you know, get done with it. But the other drag and drops were like, I could just see and can figure it out. This I had to really read it twice, thrice. So, a little bit more difficult the last two.
What would be your advice to everyone who is preparing for PMP? Like you did PMP with one of the toughest schedule. Why do I say that? You are doing masters along with it. And very critical thing was when we started the program, you said that's from 15th of December, right? If I'm not wrong, like in the
Yeah.
month of December, I will have 2 week holidays. That is on my bunch. I said, give that me. We will work on that. And we actually worked hard into that. So for
Yeah.
those people who have challenging schedule, how would you recommend how they should prepare?
Yes, sir. And this is a very good point because I realized that my actual preparation had phases.
Mm,
Like it start around 29th, 30th of December
mm,
till 7th, 8th of January.
mm,
And then there was a big break because my college started, and then I had to maintain the schedule because 2 weeks was really tough for me.
mm,
And then one more week when I called and told you, sir, I need to get it done. How do I plan it? So I think the best process is to take certain, if you have a very tough schedule, to take at least 1 hour during the day or 1 2 hours during the day to make sure that you will only work with PMP. For me, I was really fearful that even if I give 1 2 hours, how many days will I take? But I think right now I can say, because I've cleared it, and I think actually I took only 15 to 20 days if you would count the number of days. So I think nothing to panic. It is just follow the process. And if you have a tough schedule, just give 2 days 2 hours every day or 1 hours every day just to give one mock and then RCA, maybe one small mock and RCA. So I think at the end of it, maybe in a month it's very achievable. But I was like really rushing through it because I really wanted to, it's like I if I am the product, the PMP was one of the backlog that I prioritized. And because it was a start to finish model, so I had to get done with PMP to go to the next process. So that's why, as like
Like,
I
I like the analogy. I like the analogy that it was the highest priority items that you
yeah.
want to work into that and you want to good that. Well, I like that model. Okay, let's further discuss this thing a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
Like, apart from being busy in the schedule and working into that way, what are the challenges you have?
Sir, I think sometimes what happens is during the mocks, some mocks goes really well,
Mm,
and then you see a sudden drop. And if you remember, I always used to tell, sir, I'm fearful because the number in the mock or the percentage in the mock went down.
mm,
And I think the challenge I faced is that it's not really about how much percentage you're getting. It's just follow the process. So I think somewhere we have to be really mindful that
mm,
if you really complete the whole journey of the whole process, then at the end you will have an effective result per
mm,
se. I
mm,
mean, most of the case.
mm.
So this is one challenge way to overcome everything, because I feel this has now made I'm much more clearer on the process now.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. For this thing, now there are still a lot of students in batch 10. I'm
Yeah.
gonna guide batch 12, and I want you to make sure that each one teach one mantra remains the same. He
Yeah.
joined in the month of December, everybody who we're gonna watch, and today is 9th of February when he gave exam. So when I say 2 months, this is something you can see in front. And with the
Yeah.
schedule that he had, right?
Yeah.
So let's say the class end on 30th of December. So 40 days, same, less than 2 months. So I'm really
Yeah.
proud of you the way Neil you did it. And what would you say something about OS? He worked you throughout the
Oh
journey.
my God, he's really good because even today after the exam, I was like, sir, so before the exam, I was like, sir, I could only give 15 to 20 days in it.
Yeah,
And according to your experience and the marks that I scored in overall mock, what is your analogy? He said, don't worry, you will be, I'm very hopeful that you'll pass. So even today, when I called him and said that, sir, the exam I feel was really tricky. Well, don't worry, let the results come. I know you'll pass. So I was
yeah.
like, okay,
I'm very proud of him, the way he's
yeah,
treating the people. He's continuously sending me a score, getting the
yeah,
feedback. I'm really proud of him. He's a great facilitator. Thank you, Neil.
yeah.
Each one, teach one is my mantra. So I want you, there are a lot of students in batch 12. They will be reaching you out. So I want you
Yes.
to work with them. I want to coach. I want you to basically give back to them.
Sure,
How,
sure.
however you think will be okay to you. I really want to help them and see, because this is what how we can improve, right?
Yes.
This is something we can do into that, and I look forward that you help him then. Secondly, send me a picture, I'll use it as a thumbnail. And thirdly, and very importantly, make question for PMP marathon.
Sorry, sir. What?
Make questions for PMP marathon.
Okay. Okay.
You know
Sure.
that na, how
Yeah,
we,
yeah.
were you in the last PMP marathon yesterday or no?
No, sir, because obviously I was preparing and I slept early.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Wish you best of luck for future endeavors, brother. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, sir. Thank you
Thank
so much.